Salutations and greetings. Greetings and salutations. I am Geekimus Prime, and for the first time ever, I'm making a YouTube video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Quick disclaimer before we do continue on with the video. I do happen to have Tourette syndrome, so if you hear any strange sounds or noises in the background that you just can't quite explain, they're probably coming from me. So if you read the title for this video, which I'm guessing you probably did, you'll know this is supposed to be going over Computron. But you might notice, doesn't look like I have Computron right here. And I'm sure you probably figured out that's because these are the Technobots. Can't really have one without the other. So before we get into the stuff with Computron, we're going to be going over each individual Technobot, as well as how to transform them and how they're built. And once we've done all that, we're going to combine the 5 of them together into Computron. So getting right into things, first off we have Strafe, Lightspeed, Scattershot, Nose Cone, and Afterburner. And I was going for kind of like their G1 designs with some revisions and tweaks to them, and I think I did a pretty good job of that. So for some size comparisons, here we have Magnus and Optimus Prime. Yep, there we go. So you can kind of see how that scales. I think they look nice together, but again, these two are out of the way since focus is not on them. Let's take a quick look at Scattershot. As you can see, accurate to his G1 toy, he has a entirely blue face, so yeah, that's something. Has this little double barrel handgun thing that he had in his original toy, and yeah, looks pretty good. Got some nice notes of white and some red, a little bit dark red here and there. Yeah, turned out pretty good. And unfortunately, he can't stand on his own very well, and neither can Strafe or Afterburner, but, they look good in my opinion, so, yeah. And getting into his transformation, unfortunately, Scattershot is a bit of a parts former, but I kind of had to be able to facilitate all his modes, so, yeah. So getting into transformation, the first step will be to remove this bit and attach it there, and you're going to take off this bit and attach it right here. This will then rotate around like so. These will raise up. These will flip out, forming what will soon be his wings. Come back to the front, rotate this around. Rotate this and this. Do that, and then rotate that back into place. These lock in, and then yeah, nice little swooshable Cybertronian attack jet mode. And you might remember the original toy, by combining the chest of the combined mode with a half transformed Scattershot, you got a neat little cannon thing. And this guy can do that too. Yeah, only problem is this piece here, not connected to anything, so you kind of have to balance it. And if you don't balance it right, he will fall over, but, that's okay. It still looks cool, but, yeah. Then next up we have Lightspeed, who is not entirely an original design. He's a revision of another YouTuber's design, Synthetic Mason's design for the Protectobot Streetwise. But I took it, made some tweaks, and it looks pretty good. I think it absolutely works for Lightspeed. So yeah, and as you can see, he's got some arms, feet. Taking a closer look here, though, you will see he doesn't have a head. Couldn't figure anything out. You could say it like this right here. Focus. This right here is his head, but kind of barely passes. So he doesn't have a head, but that's all right. Still looks good, and his transformation's pretty simple. You're just going to take him, lay him down like this, flip that up, and car. Yeah. Can't roll, but it does slide, so that's something. Put it in there. Then we'll take a look at Nose Cone. This bit here is one of those, like, non-G1 accurate changes I was talking about. One of the little tweaks that I made to the design, was this. See, in his robot mode, his drill from his, alt mode never really appeared. So, like, I couldn't figure out any way to just completely hide it, so I decided, to have it come like a arm or shoulder cannon. Like, you could have him hold it using one of these studs, have him hold it as like a rifle or a sword, or you could leave it stored on the back where it goes in his alt mode, and that's something you could do. It's up to personal preference, but yeah, I think he looks pretty good. And getting into transformation, you're gonna want to take this off, attach it at the back there, make sure this is all slid around right, and then get these situated like this, and then just yeah, little drill tank that's nice and drilly, and yeah. Yeah, drill tank. I like it. And get moving right along into Afterburner. He does have a decent amount of kibble, but I think it's kind of manageable. And unfortunately, it is too much for him to stand on his own, which sucks, but he looks good. And yeah, nothing really much to say about him. So moving into transformations, you're going to want to take this and like put it like that. The arms are going to fold up. You want to leave this back arm down just a little bit, like kind of a motorcycle kickstand for the motorcycle mode, because otherwise he doesn't really balance on his own. This you're going to want to rotate so it's went from up here to like down here in a little bit. It's more even, and then get that spun around. And as you can see, this arm is being down is helping it to stand up. And yeah, no, nice motorcycle mode, I'd say. It's a Cybertronian motorcycle, so yeah, looks pretty good. Then last and probably least, we have Strafe, who unfortunately, as you can see, has no arms. He was hard to make on this scale, but still not bad. He's pretty good looking. And for transformation, you're just gonna bring these out a little bit and then make him flush with his torso, and just see on both sides, and then you have a little jet, and you can bounce it on this little stud here, and or lean it back a little bit like a takeoff position. Maybe get him strafing. It's kind of funny. At least I think it is. But yeah, decent little jet mode, and yeah, they're the Technobots, all in their vehicle modes. And coming back for some vehicle mode comparisons, here we have Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus once more, and yeah, I think they all look pretty good together. So yeah, getting these guys out of the way, we will be getting into next we will be going into how to build them, starting with Scattershot. So let's get these guys out of the way and get ready to build Scattershot. All right, these are the parts you're going to want for Scattershot. So moving right along here, we're going to take this tile, attach it to this plate. Going to take the white Travis brick, put that there. You're going to grab the dark red 1x2, attach it there. White jumper's going to go there. Dark red wedge is going to go there. Light gray bar with stud there. Dark gray Technic pin will go there. Then this silver Technic thingy will go over that, which you don't need to do this in silver. Just any grayish color will do. Then one dark red clip there. The other dark red clip there. The little red wedge tile thing. One white bar there. Other white bar there. Dark red stud will go there, and the red wing will go on top of that. On this side, same thing, except for we also have this binocular piece plugging on here. And this goes here. This piece will attach onto here. This will come on here. That's going to go there. And actually, take this white bracket, attach the two white clips to it. Take the white 1x2, put it there. Take the white inverse slopes and put them here. Take the red bracket, put it there. The silver mixel teeth will go here, and these don't have to be silver. They can be like gray. They could be white. Really, you don't even need to have these. You could just use a normal 1x2 there and not to worry about having the spikes coming out. It's G1 accurate, but it's not an essential detail. So but then once you have that all assembled, you attach it on there, and you now have your very own scatter shot. Yeah, looks pretty good. Next up, we'll be doing Lightspeed. These are the parts you'll be needing to build Lightspeed, and like I said, this is not entirely an original design. This is a revised version of Synthetic Mason Streetwise. So if you know how to build that, you can probably figure out how to build this. So you're gonna take this slope, attach it to this 1x clip, attach it to the tri-bar, and actually it's 1x2 with single clip, and attach to the tri-bar. Attach it to the wedge piece. Attach that 2x4 there, 1x2 there. Then you're going to take this weird specialty piece and put it there. And if you don't have this piece, don't worry. You can just use this piece in red. And with this, if you just have two 1x1 slopes, you can just use those in place of this. So yeah, Lightspeed. All ready to go. Next up will be nose cone. These are the parts you'll need to build nose cone. So moving right along here, I'm going to take this which doesn't really show up that great on camera, but this is not like the minifigure yellow. This is slightly darker than that, but you're going to take a 2x4 and 2x2 and a 1x2 and press them together like that. You're going to take this dark gray bracket, add the dark gray 1x brackets, add the light gray clip, the tri-bar, the 1x2, the 2x4 jumper, the 1x2 plate with the 1x2 tile, add the orange jumper, the darkish yellow stud. Then you're going to build the drill turret using this fancy piece, this lightsaber hilt, and this drill. And these can be used in like any grayish color, really. They don't have to be dark gray, light bluish gray, and silver. They can be any grayish color. So, it's kind of up to preference. You'll attach it to that, attach that there, and you're kind of just going to angle this like that. Attach that to nose cone, and there you go. Your very own nose cone. Yeah, looks pretty good. Next up will be afterburner. These are the pieces you will need for afterburner. If you want your afterburner to be more G1 accurate, all these black pieces, aside from this thing right here, you'll want in a light bluish gray like this. So, yeah. So, getting right into it, you're going to take this thing, you're going to attach the stud onto that. You'll take the 1x's and attach them, or 1x2s, attach them there. You'll take the clip and attach it there. The stud will go there. The washing machine rick will go there. Tile goes there. That weird element will go there. This weird element will go here, and you're going to want to kind of have it on the wrong side. You're going to want to kind of put it here and then rotate it up a little bit, so it kind of sits like that. You'll take this and put it here, put that there, and if you have a clear piece that you want to use to fill in that gap, be my guest. Clip that on there, and clip that on there, and put that there, and yeah. Now you have your very own mini afterburner. And the last of the bots is strafe. After this, I'll be showing you how to build the combiner mode bits, and then we'll be getting how to combine. These are the parts that you will need to build strafe. So, getting right into it, you're going to want to start with this washing machine brick, you're going to want to take the stud, place it there. The slope, place it there. Stud with hole will go there. 1x3 will go there, making sure that the lines up with the middle stud. The little T-bar will go here. These whatchamacallits will go here and become Strafe's legs. Let's see. This clip goes here. Handlebars here. Wings go here and here. Then the orange clips, as you might expect from their name, will clip on to... Get in there. There we go. Clip on to the handlebar, and there you have your very own Strafe. And the last thing to build before combining is all these combiner parts. Hope you're excited. These are the parts that you'll need for all the combine mode bits, which if you're seeing these two stickered pieces and thinking, I don't have pieces with those stickers, what am I going to do? Well, never fear. These will not be seen at all in the combine mode. It does not matter what they look like. I am just using these because they're the ones I have on hand. Also, if I can grab it, here we go. This piece right here, ideally, this would be a 1x2 stud in brown. But I didn't have one, so I just used this. So if you have a piece like this here in brown, use that. Okay, so we'll start with Computron's chest. You're going to take this bit, that will attach there, flip around, and that will go in there. And this can be pretty much any color you want too, because it's not really going to be visible, but I just chose that because it goes with the color scheme. These little yellow transparent slopes will go here, and there you have Computron's chest. For his left hand, you're going to take this. This will form his black. This one combined with some extra bits that'll come off of Scattershot from combine mode will form a blaster for Computron. This is Computron's right hand. This will be Computron's left foot. This is his right foot. For his head, you're going to take this piece and this, plop them on there. This will go right here. And this will pop on here. And there you have a little Computron head. Now the last bit is his waist attachment bracket. These two parts are going together. This will go here. This is going to click on there. First one of these is going to go here. Then second side is pretty much the same as the first side. And with both of these, you know, if you have a 1x2 in brown and not these 1x1s, use that. If you have two 1x1s in red, not this 1x1, use that. And yeah, now that's all the combine mode bits. So it's time to get ready for combination. So now we have built all the Technobots and the combine mode bits. We are ready to get into combination. So first things first, you're going to take Scattershot. Flip these up, spin them around, remove this, and his head. Gonna want to take that off, plug that onto there. Take his Computron's left hand that's holding the blaster. This bit from Scattershot will plug right onto that stud on the blaster. This is lining up the middle stud with here. Will plug on like so, and this will plug on here. And now you have a blaster for Computron. So taking Scattershot and Computron's chest, I'm going to line this little thing here up with that. So that should click into place and look like this. Then you're going to do, with Computron's head, you're going to again line up that same little, this portion with this hole. Plug that in, and you have Computron's head. Then you'll take the hip assembly and connect that there. And then you'll set that off to the side for now. You'll grab Lightspeed. You're going to flip this up. Take this bit. Attach it there. And you have your first foot. For your next foot, you're going to take a nose cone. Take off his little turret thing. Then make sure have his arms orientated like this. And I realized I totally showed you how to assemble this incorrectly. His feet should look like this. That's what his feet are supposed to look like. So, then this plugs on here. This goes in here. It should look like this. You're going to take this bit. This little anti-stud is going to line up with that stud. So then it should look like this. And you have the 2 feet. Should bring back in Computron. Nose cone plugs on there. Lightspeed plugs on there. It's easy to remember because you can look at them and see, some color coordination between the two. So now you have the lower body of Computron. All you need is the arms. So first things first, we'll take Strafe, and we're going to, his wings might fall off. We're going to pull his waist out just a little bit. Slide one of his legs down like this. The other leg is going to go like it does for transformation, and if his wings fell off, plug those back on. You'll take the left hand and the blaster, plug it into that hole at the bottom of this, and you should have this arm. For Afterburner, you're going to take this little bit here. So actually, when I mentioned filling that in with the clear bit there, don't actually do that, because that prevents you from swinging this around. I totally forgot about that. Sorry, I'm kind of new to this, and I think it's showing right now, but yeah. So this should look like this. You'll take this, you'll line up the tire like that, like you're transforming him, then swivel this around. This will sit up here. Bring this to about here, and this to here. Take this piece, that'll connect onto there, and you have Computron's arms. So then you're going to bring in the main body of Computron. You will attach this onto here, this onto here. If that's not going to cooperate, so you'll just have to, there you go. There I go. And then, yeah. And now you have your very own Computron fully assembled. So Scattershot, Strafe, Afterburner, Nose Cone, and Lightspeed all form Computron. Taking a closer look at him here, you can see we got some, so there we go. Got some nice detail here. And this gun, I should mention, this gun is entirely optional. So, if you don't want to do the gun, you can probably find somewhere else to store these, or these can just sit, it's optional, okay? It's something you have if you want it. And, yeah, and I should mention, his arms can spin due to the way they're connected. Strafe has a bit of an elbow. This bit here can spin, so you can raise if you need to. And due to these being Scattershot's arms, they do lift. Computron's head can look side to side just a little bit. And he has a knee bend. So yeah, you can have him bend his knees if you... Maybe you can play Limbo. Yeah, you can play Limbo with the other Autobots now. That's fun. But yeah, Computron, who unlike Afterburner, Strafe, and Scattershot, stands on his own. So for some size comparisons, we'll bring in Optimus Prime, Magnus. Apparently, Magnus does not like Computron. It's too bad. They're on the same side, but shit. And then the only other official Hasbro combiner that I have a Lego build of is Dino King right here. Yeah, I don't have any other official combiner characters built. This isn't Dino King. This is Volcanicus. This is not Dino King at all. Yeah. So, bring in Volcanicus and yeah. Oh, okay, apparently Volcanicus does not want to stand up, so maybe we won't do a comparison with him. But yeah, yeah. So this has been my build tutorial and review of my micro scale Computron. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and if you liked this and want to see some other videos, I highly recommend checking out Synthetic Mason on YouTube. Great guy. I'll make sure I tag him in the video, and yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll see you again. Bye.